The league is about to start, and as FANS Wethu, we want to cover a lot of games. But Bafethu, it's not easy because we don't have a sponsor. So we are asking for our donations. Please donate. Any amount will be appreciated. And when you donate, please make sure you use the Capitec business account. Please donate on this account. Thanks, Bafethu. Welcome to FANS Wethu TV. It's the MTN 8, Orlando Pirates 2, Polokwane City 0. I'm joined by the only fan with a PhD.
Stibo, how are you, my brother? From 1937 to 2025, I had to remove my hat as the only person who qualifies to tell you that the season has now begun in MTN 8. By the way, Stibo, let's just start with this game. I mean, we're talking about a sold-out thriller. MTN 8 has really made its money's worth. And you talk about this team again, that is starting in a sold-out affair. I mean, signed quality after quality. You talk about the chef himself. I mean, we are done cooking. He is doing the cooking. We are only eating. But let's talk about our coach who came in as a plumber, but it's definitely a goat after today's match. If you look at this current team and the previous team, he still plays almost the same formation, 4-2-3-1. Sometimes you'd play a 4-3-3. But again, you talk about the anchor at the back of the middle of the park. Quality comes from Stellenbosch. Very clean. He's always taking it in. He's not a big man in terms of structure, but big man in terms of the heart and how he can position himself in terms of winning the ball without working really hard. If you watch him, that's genius. When you look at him, just in front of him, Ubona Sipo, the chef himself. Sipo. If you understand the Zulu word Sipo, it means it's a gift. We had the likes of gift and Polyremi. Those are gifts. From Siponduli, Sipo Sichenduli to Sipombuli. It's a combination. If you check it, if you are a rapper yourself, you can there rhyme. You've got him playing as a number 8. Every time he receives the ball, when there's chaos in the middle of the park, Sipombuli. Wait, so relax. I've got this on. I've got this covered. But since people lack some football knowledge and football understanding, they thought the introduction of Sipombuli would then be a demise to that of Tito Patrick Maswanganye, who then plays as a natural 10. Today, for the first time in a long time, he plays that progressive 10, the one that he plays Ko Bafana Bafana Hana Lenako, because then Bafana would allow him to push high. Orlando Pirates did that, showing again that this guy, our coach, he did not come as a scam, because he said we must lose the ball. As soon as we lose it, we must receive it and recollect it very quickly, and that's what he did it. But you talk about the winger itself. He's talking about Bafana International from jersey number 10 ya Bafana, a young Relebuhile Mufukeng, a Cocomelon, Uturimang, Esuna Police. Look at that ball that came in, coming from the chef himself. We Kenya Radio Pani, a Cocomelon also, DDG's finest. We Kenya Gokai, we Kenya ko mauting ya Osuna Police. Ushapam Shachapans, Ukela Bolo, Kotlasi. I mean, what a goal to enlarge Dipalo and give us a goal. But again, I want to talk about the second goal also. It's from Mang, Sipo Chaine, we latela ko Mbogazi ubona Tito Patrick Maswanganye. Tito ubona Mang, ubona Relebuhile Mufukeng, Shapa $1 million cross ka left. Iwela ko kai, ko Osuna Police. If you can check that, I'm talking, Iwela ko Osuna Police, he has a heavy touch first time. However, heavy touch, obviously, the defender had no option but to foul him. Tito Patrick Maswanganye, the one who scored a Paneka in a derby in a sold-out trailer, go FNB, at 90 minutes plus, or I'm more qualified. I've done this in a 90 minutes plus. But again, at the back of his mind, because I've got a PhD of even being in his mind, he thinks of taking a Paneka, but he thinks of the risk that goes along with this coach, because this is his first game. But if you've got a PhD, you'll realize Tito scored in a Paneka. But he scored in that fashion for the goal, for the coach, because what he did not want to risk his first game rather. Remember, this game was more of an opener to make things easy for the new coach. But you talk about the center pairing. I think CBC loves money. I mean, this guy comes in now as the defender of the season. and to think that some people can close a tavern at 350 or 370 by Tolango Ramaphosa, but he comes here having to got the money that he's got from the PSL after winning the Defender of the Season. He comes in to say, I want another. But what does Mbogazi tell you again? He plays in as that center left back who then also can progress until the final third. We saw him going as a Mau pusher, but I was saying at the back of my mind, I was saying to him, get inside the box after playing that ball so that you can wait for a cross that would come inside the box. But unfortunately, he did not think like a striker. But again, Stibo, talk about Dion Ohoto, who proves us otherwise that his testosterone level is on another level. I think they should give him a 3-year contract. But how do you talk about a team that has a Dion van Rooyen on the bench? We are talking about arguably one of the best right backs in the country. But then Abdeslam Oring, or I'm going to put in Shandu, a Shandu who played very well, and again he's now reviving his career. But talk about this coach again, who has a PhD eye of understanding. He's not a copycat. He says to you, there's a Radio Pan who gave an assist to Oswina Police. Radio Pani, who made sure that Emabasa, a former leading goal scorer 2023-2024 season, scored 16 goals. He then puts a Cocomelon and put the one on the bench. Meaning, I know I've got this covered. He did not disappoint. But again, also, he's got also Mahopa, who is an international, to show that the bench is even more stronger and appreciating. But when we thought it was done, he brings in a potential. I don't believe that players can replace players, but a potential replacement for Munapule Saleng in Muremi. Quality player. Udlalaka left, he cuts in, he's always cutting in and out. But what an introduction at the middle of the park, because we've got number 6, number 8, and number 10. Over replace Akaufela. Unsa 2 of the finest, the chef himself, and Tito Patrick Maswanganya, Ambulance Yako Tembisa, the one who had the marvelous first half. What does he do? Over remove at the same time. Ukenya Mang, Ukenya the two players, Ukenya Dlamini Kabelo. I mean, or Shapagadi personal Moshapang no look pass, or dribble off like a pass. Kabelo Shenko Zamini. There's no player on PhD or pass a ball. I go a dancer. Omukenya Lema, that is at 10, that progressive 10. Ukenya Lemang, Ukenya Kanum Kenzelema. Ukenya Kariku. If you have the opportunity and the grace of watching one of the greatest, one of the finest player you've ever seen here, Mo Orlando Pirates in Onyekachi Okonko, he gives you those glimpses. You look at his body structure, you look at his composure, but in a sold out Orlando Stadium, whereby he was supposed to freeze somewhere somehow, he plays very well. It's like I mean, you cannot believe that this guy has started his game in a sold out thriller. But anyway, this does not deny me the opportunity to congratulate the chef himself for playing his first Orlando Pirates game in a sold out game. I mean, the teams that Sipo was playing for, including Mamelodi Sundowns, for not fielding him, I can dare tell you there was corruption, and I'm the only person who qualifies to tell you this, because now I go to offices and I can read things. Something was wrong to bench Sipo Mbule Sundowns. There was some sort of chaos that was not done. If you bring Kwanazi to investigate what I'm telling you, but yes, I'm telling you, it was football crime not to play Sipombuli at Sundowns. Let me tell you, if you investigate that, you will tell there was some things that were not done. There's no player who plays who plays an attacking midfield in the country than Sipombuli.
Better than me.
And if you think he has done it all, remember this was his first game. He was trying to compose himself. And if people think that Orlando Pirates has done well, they haven't done well. Yeah. They are still building. But today now they know. Let me tell you now, Orlando Pirates presses with the front three. Yeah. When they press in the front three, it means PSG. We press you highly. We press from the front. We are no longer playing so deep. Even when we play. But for Siponduli, by the way, remember man of the match. Man of the match was whom? Was Eswina Police. And for those two reasons, he gave an assist to the penalty and he also scored a goal. But let me tell you, man of the match again, if you've got a PhD, was Siposition Duli, who made sure that the middle of the park is sorted. It backed up. Why? Because now that guy gave an assist to the goal and he also scored. Obviously, because of statistically based thinkers in this country. Remember, Stivo, I told you when we were at Loftus, when Mamelodi Sundowns was playing in the CAF Champions League, to say Ma 2000 batotla in 20 to 10 years to come, you will see a player that never gave an assist and never scored a goal being player of the season. I thought it was going to take decades, but let me give props to the people who voted for midfield of the season. They really exposed football analysis plumbers in this country.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of football analysis plumbers. You know what? They watch football when it's being played. I told you, people off the ball movement, the things that Makehleni Makaula did, they cannot really comprehend them. They are stats-based thinkers. They cannot think on themselves. Therefore, they think the one that you go Polichang Bolo. What about the one that wins the ball? What about the one that covers more areas? What about the ones that make sure that you're Lebuhile Mufukeng and Butito Maswanga and Bapalama Bolo? It's Makehleni Makaula, the anchor. That's why when we were humiliated by Sundowns, it was after he was taken out. When we were humiliated by Magezi FC when they scored 3, it was when he was taken out. It is in your absence that people will realize your worth. But those that are slow, who happen to be very slow, they are blessed enough to have me to help them. Remember, I said to people, if you are very slow, just think like me. If you can't think like me, just emulate what I say. You will then understand. They voted very well. We're going to have a splendiferous season this season. Stibo, what a season we're going to have. But without me having to say a lot of things, I think MTN is very blessed to have Orlando Pirates, and we are likely to I mean, if we work hard, and we must never undermine. Since we've not conceded, we must fight that we do not concede.
Yeah.
Yes, we must fight that we break a record of not conceding at least a goal the whole tournament. We are well led and well steered by the Iron Duke himself, Dr. Ivan Khoza, the chairman of all chairmen in the world. PSL chairman, the only person who liberated South African football, Dr. Ivan Khoza. He made sure that they make this PSL an independent league. Imagine if we were run by the government, we wouldn't getting this sold out. Bafana, because it is in the hands of those that is in those hands. Being a national team, they cannot make a sold out. Why? Because they are not liberated. I think it's a pity we are being robbed. Bafana should hire me to administrate the Safa should hire me.
Once and for all.
Because I'm the only person, by the way, in the world who got the chairman's PhD.
Tango.
Orlando Pirates is a football university.
Thank you very
Respect
much.
the brand.
Yes.
The second biggest brand inside the region after Springbok. I understand. Slow. Yeah. But anyway, I read.
Tango.